Feels good to have 17,000 in the bank right now. It's just too bad that there's like 4 characters that need desperate care. Let's visit the Abbey. I'm sure Ego's gonna need something. Any weird traits? Thin-blooded? No. Ego. Bloop. There she blows. Vice. Just watching that total dwindle, huh? Now for the tavern, send Gray over there. And then Claire has been, I think, sitting in. She's right. She's been here because I keep trying to treat her last, and then realizing that she has a specific trait. Well, she'll only pray and nothing else. Imperio. There you go. Anyone else really bad to go? Everyone from the previous party's bad, and then Claire, and that's about it, I think. And she won't do anything here. Yeah, because she will. That's Crookshanks. Claire will only pray. Yep, that's exactly what I thought it was. And we already filled that spot unless I wanted to cancel it. Don't know if I get my money back or not. Let's see, meditation, prayer. Could increase the number of slots. That would cost me a bust, which I could otherwise use at the, Yeah, I have to use the bust either here or at the sanitarium. Might as well just expand. Why not? There you go, Claire. Taking all my money. Alright. We currently have 5 people getting their stress treated. That's actually probably the most I've ever had. Oh, Zach, you've got the case of the worries. Let's go to let's get rid of that. 30% stress is not a good thing at all. Can't upgrade right now. Nope. But yeah, 30% bonus stress is not good. Who else has it? Bogdanius has Vampiric Spirit. Shadow Scythe has the worries. There we go. Let's scrub that trait a bit from my party. Wouldn't be surprised if more people have it, though. So many people have these diseases. Working on it. Alright, I'm fixing to go after that Necromancer. Get another boss out of the way while we have the access to it. I will say one of the things that I'm kind of feeling I'm less and less happy with as a feature in this game is the fact that you can out-level boss fights. The fact that you can become too high level for them to even do the mission at all. I kind of find myself wishing this entire game was structured a little differently. Like, maybe the thought that I had was basically like, what if the boss's existence, their very existence, was limiting the potential of your heroes? Or something like that. So that if the boss is still alive, you can't level up anymore, for example. Just because I would like I would like a slightly more linear progression where you wipe out all of the green bosses, then wipe out all the yellow bosses, then wipe out all the red bosses, then do Darkest Dungeon. But instead, you very quickly outlevel the green bosses and even some of the yellow bosses when you're just trying to unlock them in the first place. And then all your ideal parties are outleveling them and you can't use your characters properly, and it leads to an awkward thing because I think you have to beat the green boss in order to fight the yellow and red equivalents of the same boss. So if you skip one step in the process, you just never get to fight the higher level versions of that boss until you get a new fresh set of recruits to try to face off against them. And that's not always an opportunity. That's kind of a bummer to me. But that's my personal opinion, at least. So I'm looking for future reference at our low-level crew that I'm trying to slowly progress upward, particularly for the sake of getting the healer to be in the higher tiers with everyone else. And they have a healer, they have a tank, and they have a DPS, so usually just add another attacker of some kind. I'm thinking of just bringing in another Houndmaster, honestly.
A lawman and his faithful beast. A bond forged by battle and bloodshed.
There we go. I figured we could use an extra one of those, because we only have one Houndmaster in the entire roster, I believe. Or did. Let's see, what's your color? You're using 3. Let's make sure you're something else, so this doesn't get very confusing. That'll work fine. And your name is going to be Merrick. Oops. There we go. Occasionally getting the chance to use more names from our list. Welcome to the roster, Merrick. May your life be long and fruitful, or maybe you'll die in your first mission. I don't know, it's entirely possible. Let's not stress about that too much, huh? So I've got this set up for taking out the Necromancer. I have the obligatory Crusader, Miller for our very first character, because those are Miller and Shadow Scythe, I believe. So he's got his bonus damage Crusader item and his bonus against Unholy item, which should help flatten those guys. Crookshanks here with the Hellion Hairpin, the Hellion's Heaven's Hairpin, which is pretty great because it gives you reduced stress and bonus accuracy as long as you keep the torches up, which is generally not a problem for me. That's very nice. And then Legendary Bracer for bonus damage, but at the cost of speed and some stress, but stress is more than dealt with there. Bogdanius with the usual healing item and something to help avoid him getting moved around, while also letting him be able to use Daemon Pull more often, hopefully. And then Vanille, coming along with some basic damage and accuracy items, but mostly going to benefit from the fact that Bogdanius, when he's not busy healing, can mark a target to help her do 70% bonus damage, hopefully against the boss. I predict the boss will go down pretty easily, because it's the Necromancer. I don't think he's ever been hard for any tier, ever, basically. I could be wrong. I have over 100 episodes to try to think back through, so I could be wrong, but I don't think the Necromancer's ever been a hard enemy. He's probably the easiest boss-type enemy in the game. In fact, there's probably multiple normal enemies that are not bosses that are harder than the Necromancer. But now that I've said that, I'm doomed to have a terrible attempt where everything goes really wrong for me. And that'll be fun. For once, I can go into this stage where I'm buying my supplies and not be freaking out about whether or not I can afford them. But it's still just enough to be concerned about what we have, huh? Huh. Yeah, you still drain your supplies. Unfortunately, there's no upgrade that makes provisions less expensive. It's kind of weird that is an exception when you can do it everywhere else. Anyway.
I entertained a delegation of experts from overseas, eager to plumb the depths of their knowledge and share with them certain techniques and alchemical processes I had found to yield wondrous and terrifying results. Having learned all I could from my visiting guests, I murdered them as they slept.
He is just the most unacceptable person.
A devil walks these halls. Only the mad or the desperate go in search of him.
You can't help but wonder at some point why we're even helping him, right? I have everything I need, right? Yeah. Alright, the furthest room is going to be the boss. I'm guessing it's right down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, pretty straightforward. So we'll get most of the way there and then take a nice rest. Try to die long. Oh no! Thirst for knowledge will be the end of you. Yep, more or less. Howdy, neighbors. Oh, there they... Oh, gargoyles. With their annoying dodge and prot. It's almost like they're designed to taunt you. With the, they have such low hit points, but they have basically everything that can make that stat harder to... They have really low hit points, but they have basically everything they could possibly need to make it hard to, lose those hit points. They have 50% prot, they have some bonus dodge that historically has made them annoying to hit sometimes. They're immune to bleed, mostly at least. Relatively high blight resistances. Just enough annoying little traits here and there. Let's go ahead and mark a target for our Arbalist. They had to go and... They just had to go and stun my anti-unholy character. Not a fan. Not at all. Whoopsie! 70% bonus damage is no joke. It's funny seeing all these characters have totally blank lists of attacks they can use. Because we're fighting such a small party of enemies that we just flat out can't use half our skills. Hello, friend.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
And how, sir, is that prot working for you now? This pack has already been looted. Take that. It's funny how much of my livelihood depends on just hoping that maybe someone will scout out one of those surprise rooms. Oh, that didn't work out. Do you have a low chance of trap?
Possessed by evil intent.
Oh wow, 40%, never mind. Oh no. Our highest is a 60% from Cookshanks. We actually don't have a trap person in this party. Whoops. I haven't really had that concern go up. Alright, well, we'll have our Hellion take care of the traps, because she's at least the one person that has a more than 50% chance of success. It's at least better than a coin toss. Really, my biggest goal, though, is just to try to get through this whole thing without getting reorganized by a surprise. It's a bummer that surprise doesn't rearrange your enemy's party. That would certainly be helpful. It's kind of a bummer that it's almost biased against you in that way. Alright, let's spread our damage around. Wicked Hack only does front row. Not quite high enough. If it bleeds, would hit back row. Still not likely to actually get a kill, though. Alright. Let's make a mess of things. Suppressing fire is the right one to do. Oh, that's a... Oh! Reduces accuracy and crit. I was thinking of... What was I thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking of grape fight... of a grape shot... Grape blast shot? Grape shot blast? Grape... Whatever the highwayman skill is called. There we go. We might get the kill on the front row. Now, what am I doing? Just take out one of the guys in the back. There we go.
The fiend falls.
Sorry, I was stupid for a moment, as it happens. Unlikely to kill, but likely to do a lot of damage when a lot of people can't, versus wiping this guy before it gets a turn. Not letting them get... Yeah. It's a waste of the damage I can do, but not letting someone get a turn is better. Because it means we cut down the incoming attacks by half. Hey, you guys are a little single-minded right now, aren't you? I can't say I'm a fan. Okay, see? That's when you think outside the box a little bit. Congratulations. That is not a proper heal. Bummer.
Press disadvantage.
Thankfully our damage is on point, even if our defenses aren't. Damn. Not a fan, sir. Not a fan at all. You're gonna be hearing from my lawyers. In hell. Never got my next heal off, though. Bummer.
Be wary.
Alright.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
And our inventory's full already. Hopefully we'll find things that stack. Oh, a ghoul. Yummy. Isn't that always a welcome sight?
The path is clear.
Alright, 49 damage on the ghoul.
Only the strength to
Can I take...
follow it.
Ebola will do a lot of damage to these front characters. Just to get this guy up front where everyone can hit him. Let's do a single target shot. Yeah. Oh, really? Damn it. There goes that part of the plan. Let's try to heal. I was tempted to do the pull attack. I just really want the ghoul to be up front, though. Oh yeah, guaranteed kill. So we'll kill the one that has more hit points. There we go. Now he should be in Crusader range. Rude. Don't make me heal people now. It just sounds like work. Buddy. Alright, here we go. He's in range. Let's rip him apart. Why is my throat all scratchy? Stop it. There's nothing worse than getting like scratchy throat midway through an episode. You're like, no, don't do this to me now, man. I gotta talk to the people. Yeah, let's do the AoE because it'll finish off one of the additional enemies. After all, other people can help out just fine with the damage. Oh, resisting. He's resisting arrest. And other things. Oh, just to rub it in, huh? Alright, at least I can try to heal. Whoa, that's what I wanted earlier. Yeah, I should have done Wicked Hack instead of Let It Bleed because he resisted the bleed, so the bleed was useless, but the Wicked Hack probably would have done that extra 3 points of damage that otherwise would have taken him out before he got an attack off. Cool. We're getting things that we can carry. That's handy. That'll probably stop soon. We only have... Wow. Wow. We have a big ol' stack of crests and so on, and 4 gems already. Only 150 gold. That's an interesting proportion right there. About halfway to the boss fight, though. Empty room. I want to get as close to the boss fight as we can before we camp, just because the moment I... Oop, light's getting low. There we go. That's some more space in the inventory. Just because once we camp, we don't know how many fights there might be afterwards. No! My party. Oh no. This really is the most dangerous thing that happens to me in all of Darkest Dungeon, is my party being rearranged. At least the arbalist is in the right spot. Until I do this. Whatever. Shoot in a random direction, we'll figure it out. We'll wait for the Hellion to move forward. At least the Crusader is set to just go chopping away now. I still find it really strange that the Hellion... Just the concept of a Hellion as like this weird berserker type character feels like somebody that should be able to have no problem charging forward into combat. But she has a movement of 1, which is weird. You're just gonna taunt me with that number, aren't you? Alright, blind fire, woo!
Their formation is
wow,
broken.
lucky.
Maintain the offensive.
No more stress, at least. Never mind. Still have to deal with that guy. Ooh. I can have some fun with this. His move resistance is really low. Should be like 100% success rate, considering I have a movement buff. And that'll make it really easy for the Crusader to carve him up. Here we go. I might just settle for this position because at least here everyone can attack, even if they're not all the ideal attacks. There we go. There we go. Hooray for blind fire. Oh, come on, man, really? Healing with the occultist is going to be such a bummer sometimes. The peak heal is so high that it's mind-blowing. It's almost too high to the point of almost not even being fully useful. Can the accusation take out both corpses? Maybe. One of them, at least. There we go. Now we can fix the party composition, at least. Oh. Overture box.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They
Huh.
can be beaten.
Bonus dodge and hit points at a very tiny loss of accuracy, only 2%. That's actually a surprisingly valuable-looking item. What can I carry right now? Oh, cool. Virtually nothing. Ha! Do I use the food? Let's use the food. That's a little too much to have lying around. A citrine isn't too bad, although I have bandages here. I can get rid of the bandages at least. Do I get rid of the holy water? I do only have 150 gold, but I feel like the next room over we could immediately get more gold to stack onto that. I mean, gold is pretty inevitable. I think I'm gonna dump the holy water. The whole reason my inventory is full already is because they dumped extra items on me based on my class choices. Let's go ahead and fix the party. There we go. Alright, we'll hopefully get some proper heals off for my on my healer, actually. Up next. Friends. Ooh, scouting. Scouting that reveals very little, unfortunately. Oh, look, a thing where it would have been nice to have that holy water a second ago. Bummer. It happens. Welcome to RNG. Speaking of RNG, someone explained how hunger works in this game, which was kind of mind-blowing to me. I kind of thought hunger would happen as you explore the dungeon, but it sounds like hunger is just a thing that's placed on individual tiles on the map, and once you walk on those tiles, it just triggers hunger in that moment. Which is a super strange way of handling that, in my opinion. Let's spread some damage around so other people can hopefully one-shot them. We'll finish them off at least. There we go. But yeah, apparently hunger is just there's just hunger tiles in the maze. And when you step on those tiles, you just trigger a hunger event. And that led to the weird situation that happened a few episodes ago where I had I got hungry, then walked in a different room, and then got hungry again, and I'm like, what the hell? I always thought the timing of getting hungry was so random and weird, and now that makes sense, that finding out that it's apparently caused that way. Why did I should have used blind fire, that was dumb. That was my bad. Ooh, thank you.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Sorry, Citrine. Clearly I need sapphires. They're worth so much more. I already have room for the other one. Cool. So welcome to find sapphires in this game. Ooh, a box. Nothing must be left unopened. Are you about to steal from me? Are you about to steal from me, lady?
Wealth beyond measure.
Hey, she didn't steal from me. She's just likes open. She's just very curious. We're getting there. One more room after this one, then I'll be happy to camp. I just want to be nice and healthy. I don't want to lose a character to a lucky
Finding
crit
the
during a
stuff
boss
is only the
fight,
first
like
test.
has happened in the
Now it
past.
must be carried home.
Hunger, there we go. So that was a hunger tile. I wonder, I'm not sure, but
Carelessness
that
will find
might
no clemency in this place.
that might mean that backtracking never. Huh. I'll have to make a mental note of whenever hunger happens and try to figure out whether or not backtracking ever triggers it. Specifically, walking through old areas that I've been to before. Because if they're based on hunger tiles, maybe that would never happen. But at the same time, we've established that combat scenarios can spawn on areas you've already been through, because they can just sort of show up when they feel like it. So if that's the case, then maybe it doesn't really matter so much. Let's see, let's heal. So I guess that messes my theory, is the idea that like the combat scenarios can just show up in old tiles, so maybe they can spawn hunger tiles over time on the map. I don't know. There's probably a really detailed wiki somewhere about the hunger mechanic that I've never seen.
The ground quakes.
I used to review the wiki just to try to figure out what items you could use on what objects in the environment to cause specific effects. Like the fact that that's how I found out that you can use shovels on chests, for example, which is interesting. But you get crappier results if I remember correctly. But it's interesting. Yeah, Zealot's Accusation is probably the way to go, because we'll get some damage on the front guy, while taking out the back guy too. It's nice having AoE on various characters, just so that when someone's low on hit points but you really want to finish them off, you can at least kind of spread the damage around a bit, instead of just wasting your entire turn hitting somebody a little bit. It's funny seeing a giant arrow pierce someone in the heart in a clearly fatal blow, and it's like
6 damage. Oh no, what are we gonna do?
Are you gonna kill him? 2 to 3? That's not ideal. I don't trust that enough. Just finish it.
Decimated.
No more stress around here. This game likes to taunt me by killing already wounded enemies with crits, when clearly that would have helped me more a moment ago. Likely to kill? Let's just guarantee it. Alright, double corpses to mess with my melee characters, but that might not matter in a moment. Here comes the quarrel. I have no quarrel with you. Oh, now you guys are just bumming me out being in my way. Get out of here, corpses. I guess it actually makes a little sense for corpses to be in the way when you're already fighting skeletons to begin with. There's a weird... Hey look!
Victory,
I finally got more money.
but a victory nonetheless.
I went a shockingly long time before I got more money. Thankfully, these are all things I already have stacks of. And the bandages are not something I'm overly concerned about. That should be the boss fight, so I'm going to rest. This is a decent run right now.
Close in tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
Things are currently doing okay. Let's see, all companions reduce stress. Ooh. That's handy for my costs. Remove mortality debuffs. That's pretty nice that you can do. You can remove the "you almost died" buff, I believe is how that works, or debuff. Self crit. Accuracy and damage when you're in rank 1. I could put her in rank 1. That's not a bad idea. The Crusader. I don't think the Crusader has an item. No, he's not using the Brawler Glove, so he's fine in rank 2. I could do that. Prevent the nighttime ambush. Yes. It's worth it. Worth it. Oh, you don't have crossbow care, huh? That's a bummer. I'll have to buy that at some point. It's just... money all the time! Let's go ahead and reduce the stress of the party to counter what I just did. Yay, everyone feel better. And then battle trance. Alright. I'm always happy to avoid the nighttime ambush. Because the nighttime ambush sucks.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
It primarily sucks because it's basically a guaranteed, the nighttime ambush is basically guaranteed to surprise you and rearrange your entire party, which is
Even
sometimes... I've actually camped
passage.
and left camping worse off than I was before camping because of all the stress and damage you can take from doing a fight where your whole party gets rearranged.
Often low on supplies.
Alright, this should be the boss fight. Let's light up. And pummel things in the face. Hey, Necromancer, how you doing, buddy? Of course he gets his first turn. Gross. And then there's this gross little bone veteran. That's fine, they're easy to fight. And no one really needs a heal right now, so let's get him ready for some nice marking. Hey, buddy. 35 damage. Alright, he has 158, so he'll last a while, but 5 hits like that and he's down, for example. 15 damage. Yeah, let's have you on skeleton duty. I think that's a good idea.
Annihilated.
That way our Crusader can keep busy. Oh, yeah. How you feeling, Mr. Necromancer? You feeling good? Oh, don't do that. I don't want stress. I'm gonna have to... Damn it. She's gonna cost me like $1,000 after this. Oh, well. Mark is still gonna last for a bit. Don't really need to heal. I'll just reapply the mark.
Devastating blow.
I don't think it stacks, does it? Oh, the minus dodge does stack. But mostly I just want to keep reapplying it because then when I finally do feel like I need to start healing somebody, the mark will be as recently reapplied as possible. Helping it. Wow, that was some shitty damage. Did I click the wrong skill, or was that just a bad roll? If I keep applying the mark, then once I have to stop applying the mark to heal somebody, the mark will have been applied as recently as possible to help ensure... Oh no, that's not a kill. To help ensure that we're doing as much damage as we can. Almost wish I could just mark this guy to do damage to him. Oh well. Yeah, unless he pulls out a lucky crit somewhere, the Necromancer just doesn't usually have bad moves. It's mostly just the annoying wave of enemies and the stress that he does. The stress is annoying. Alright. There we go. That guy's down at least. Let's do it. Let's clear. Let's do some house cleaning. There we go. So we lost a turn of melee, unfortunately. But our Arbalest is still on the job, which is the whole reason I brought them along. And now the boss is likely to die this turn before he gets another action. That went about as cleanly as it could, except for the part where that's going to cost me some money. They're abusive. Oh, cool. So she's going to add other people's stress.
Sublimity of the intelligence.
Bummer.
Oh, so it has been said.
I'll probably just leave this dungeon as soon as this fight's over. Our inventory is kind of full already. And frankly, if she's abusive, she's going to constantly spam stress on my characters if I don't do something about it. So I would like to avoid that. Ah, you just had to live longer? Damn it, now she's going to get turned to be all bitchy. Ah, no damage. Alright, now it's her turn. Oh, no, it's not. Cool. Vanille didn't get her turn, so she didn't get to say shitty things. Oh, 2 trinkets.
Success.
Bounty Hunter, Bloody Fetish. Cool.
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Is it Vanille? Yeah, it is Vanille. Yeah, just... Oh, she's a Ruins phobe. Oh, that would have been good to keep in mind. So she was getting bonus stress this whole time for being here in the first place. Still, I didn't really have very many options because so many people needed stress, cut recovery, and a lot of characters aren't even in this tier. She fit perfectly with the fact that I picked her because the available healer was Bogdanius, and he can mark targets. So that worked perfectly. It's just going to cost me about 1,000, which is what that Sapphire's for, to fix her stress out. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here before she stacks stress on everybody else. We could get a little bit of exploring done still, but honestly, I would just prefer to not have to pay for it, because I have to make like another 2,000 in treasure to justify it. Sometimes it's probably just good to leave early rather than finish the entire map. We're making a haul of about 11 grand. Another trinket here. In fact, 15% virtue chance is not a very interesting buff for an item. I'm sure there's strategies that involve that item that people use, but I feel like I would never employ a strategy involving virtue in general. I don't like dealing with death blow items and so on, so I might just sell that. And since it's a legendary quality item, that'll give me a few more thousand. Turning our fortune around. And now 2 more characters level 5 and can no longer be used in this tier. Another reason to get that going. In fact, right now, yeah, there's that one Vestal we're leveling up from the bottom ranks, and aside from her, until she gets to level 3, we don't really have a healer for the middle ranks people now, because Bogdanius is now in the top tier also. Oh. Vanille got bonus stress recovery in the brothel for being a nymphomania. A nymphomaniac, I mean. Not a nymphomania. Ooh. Accuracy against Unholy is nice. I don't know how much the crit's gonna come up, but I like the I'm happy to see bonus accuracy, reduced virtue chance, stuff to try to get cured. Huh? Miller lost Warrior of Light. What trait was that? That might have been an anti-unholy skill, so it might be a big bummer to lose it. But hey, 10% prot is hard to complain about.
I can still see their angry faces as they stormed the manor. But I was dead before they found me. And the letter was on its way.
There's definitely a thing where you're, what am I trying to say? The traits come in so fast you can't possibly treat them all or lock them in as fast as you'd want to until you become a really rich house. Alright. We need to deal with the inchoate flesh, but aside from that we did all of tier 1, and we're now 4 bosses into tier 2 out of 6. So we're pretty far along then. Am I counting these right? Oh no, there's 8 bosses, right? Yeah, there's 8 bosses because it's 4 locations. So we have 7 out of 8 in tier 1 and 3 out of 8 in tier 2. I was miscounting based on that break, the profits from tier 1. Kind of wish they were split up into sections. That's fine though. And then there's the darkest dungeon rewards, and then getting every class up to level 6. There's a lot to do in this game. It's definitely people who act like dollar to hour ratio is the only thing that matters in the world will be very pleased with this one, I think. So let's review what happened there. So worries were cured from 2 characters. Ulf is finally back after leaving us because they went off to a gambling game before. A bunch of people leveled up just now. Wow, everyone in the entire party leveled up. Cool. What? Ego has gone on a personal vision quest to achieve enlightenment? Is he gone? God damn it. I'm trying to level up this crew here. Oh, these people aren't gone either. Are they all gone? Vice has been inspired with unholy worship and wishes to remain in prayer. Wow, out of the 4 people from the previous run, 3 of them are gone right now for more than 1 session. That's a bummer. Gray is tying one on and refuses to leave the bar yet. Imperio's got a reliance on spirits and now is a tippler. Oh, everyone had a bad day of treatment, didn't they? Alright, so I have 3 characters that just took off after their treatment. So I have 3 currently missing characters, which is a bummer because using my leveling up my low-level characters was going to be my next run, but I guess that won't be the case this time.